Hello everyone. So today we're going to study about a fable and the features of the fable, also the functions of the fable, and we're going to just have a very small, a very concise definition from a literature so that we'll have a better understanding about a fable. All right. The word fable is derived from the Latin word fabula, which means a story, and a derivative of the word furry, which means to speak. So again, so what they're trying to say over here that the fable is originally from comes from a Latin word which is fabula, and the fabula literally means a story, and a derivative of the word furry, which means to speak. Next, what they're saying that fable is a literary device that can be defined as a concise and brief story intended to provide a moral lesson at the end. So it is again a very concise, a very precise, a short, a brief story, and at the end of the fable, there's always going to be a moral or the lesson for the readers. All right, so this is something that you can easily identify that this is the fable where you're always gonna have a lesson or the moral at the end. And again, it is a literary device, a figurative language. All right, literary device such as we have thousands of literary devices, for example personification, hyperbole, etc. Next, the fable is a genre that has always had an illustrative, educational, or critical purpose. It is a short story or narrative in prose and verse, aiming to provide a clear final moral. All right, so they're saying it is a narrative. Narration is simply saying a story. Okay, is in prose and verse, and it always aims to provide a clear or final moral to the readers. In fables, animals and even inanimate objects, so they are giving the examples of the inanimate objects like the wind or the sun, are the main characters of the story and are given human qualities. Some animals have specific traits associated with them. All right, so what they do in fables, it's there are no humans. All right, all the inanimate, all the inhuman things. All right, and they are given the human traits or the human characteristics. For example, an owl is wise, a fox is cunning, and lion is brave. All right. So these are the things. These are the abstract ideas that are given uh, to an to animals. All right. For example, in literature, it is described as a didactic, or didactic means educational, didactic lesson given through some sort of animal story. All right, you need to keep this in mind that in fables there are always animals. In prose and verse, a fable is described through plants, animals, forces of nature, and inanimate objects by giving them human art attributes, where in they demonstrate a moral lesson at the end. All right, so what exactly you have to understand over here that they're supposed to given the human traits in fable. All right, so let's jump into the features of a fable. A fable is intended to provide a moral story. Again, fables often use animals as the main characters. They are presented with anthropomorphic. Anthropomorphic means having human characteristics. All right, anthropomorphic characteristics such as ability to speak and to reason. All right, to give a logical reason, to talk, to just act in a human way. All right, to be very humanly. Fables personify animal characters. All right, for example, we have the example over here, the fox and the crow, and let's read it and understand that what they're trying to say over here. A crow was sitting on a branch of a tree with a piece of cheese in her beak when a fox observed her and set his wits to work to discover some way of getting the cheese. All right, so there's again logic or a lot of the thinking over here. Coming and standing under the tree, he looked up and said, what a noble bird I see above me. Her beauty is without equal. Down came the cheese, of course, and the fox snatching it up said, "You have a voice, madam. I see what you want is wits." Alright, so Aesop is probably the most notable author of famous examples of fables. Aesopian fable put emphasis on the social communication of human beings and hence the moral he draws deal with realities of life. All right, so I'm not totally recalling this the aim of this story, the fox and the crow. So maybe the crow maybe yes fooled the fox, and he got his hands over the cheese, so he fooled the fox. Okay, so what's this happened now? Function of fable. The purpose of writing fables is to convey a moral lesson and message. Again, fables also give readers a chance to laugh at the follies. Follies is the state or quality of being foolish or stupidity. Okay, so follies of human beings, and they can be employed for the objective of satire, irony, and criticism. So what they do, they just give the very deep or very an honest moral by just letting the animals or the different objects play in the play, or just in a story, and they're directly related to the human beings, the stupidity or the foolishness of human beings. So they give the idea of criticism and irony, that means the sarcasm, to human beings as well. They're very helpful in teaching children good lessons based on examples. However, in literature, fables are used for didactic purpose at a much broader level. All right. So if we talk about for the students who are in lower grades, in a very early grades, so so they can be used. They can be a very good tool to teach them a very deep or a meaningful moral, or give them a lesson about, for example, honesty, for example, about truthfulness, and in literature fables are used for didactic, like educational purposes at a much broader or a very complex level. So I hope everything is clear to you. I'm just gonna search another example from the literature of the for to make things more understandable for you. Everything is clear to you, inshallah. If there's anything you want to know, just comment down in the comment section. Allah Hafiz.